Good morning students, welcome back to chemistry class. Yesterday we start chapter 1 matter in our surrounding. In that you revised that matter is anything around us which is having mass and occupies space, and we take few examples from our surroundings, and there are few things which are not matter and we have took the examples also. For example, feeling, heat, cold, thought, etc. So now after that we study that early philosophers, Greek philosophers and Indian philosophers told about matter, that it contains few elements. So Indian philosophers we were doing. According to Indian philosophers, every living and non-living things is made up of 5 basic elements, and these are earth, air, fire, sky and water. Sky was not given by Greek philosophers, and these 5 elements how help us. You can see that these days Shaktiman serial is starting, and in that you can see the example, live example of these things, how these powers are joined with living and non-living world. Okay, I hope you are seeing these old serials also. Okay, so after that again studies going on, and on that studies matter can be classified on basis of some properties. So there are 2 main classifications of matter according to this, and these are physical classification of matter and chemical classification of matter. Physical classification is based on physical properties of the substance, and chemical classification based on chemical properties of the substance. So what are physical and chemical properties? In previous classes you studied this, but still I am taking this again. Physical properties are those properties of matter which can be seen from the outside. For example, this chalk holder is of orange color and blue color, and it contains chalk of white color. So these are physical properties of this chalk and chalk holder, and chemical properties are those which tell us about how this chalk holder and chalk is made. That means its components. And when we are taking the example of chalk, then this chalk contains calcium carbonate. In physical properties, this chalk is white and cylindrical in shape. But in chemical properties, this chalk contains calcium, carbon and oxygen elements which help to make this chalk. So on these basic physical and chemical properties, we classify the matter. Now, in this chapter, in first chapter, you will study matter only based on its physical properties, and chemical properties basis we will read in class next chapter, chapter number 2. Again, studies going on to know the nature of the matter. So, some philosophers said that matter is a single element. Anything is a matter is a single element, means single thing. For example, this chalk is a single element. This single element. But when you apply some force, you see it is not a single element. Now it becomes in 2 parts, but when we apply more force, then again it breaks. That means it is not of 2 elements, it is of more elements. Okay, so as we see, chemistry is related with practical. So with practical, I can show you this also. First example, you see this. Okay, and next is I took color in my hand. As you can see, this color. This color is single element according to early philosophers. But we can see this. This is in powdered form. It contains more particles in it. It gives us the modern definition of the matter. So, early scientists said that matter is a single element. Any matter is a single element. But now you see that matter is not a single element. It contains a lot of particles in it. And these particles can be small or big. Big particles, you can see when particles combine with each other, they can form a huge rocks or a building or anything. For small particles, I am taking here. Particles are very small. How you know? Here I am taking example of a drop of water. This is one drop of water. You can see this drop anywhere, from tap, from bottle, from rain, anywhere. Can you imagine this? What is the mass of this single drop? Its mass is 0.05 gram. It is single drop of water. You can say it is a single particle. But when on basis of chemistry we are checking this drop, it contains 10 raised to power 21 molecules of water. 10 raised to power 21 molecules. That means 1 and 21 zeros with this. Its number goes from millions, billions, trillions and more than that. A single drop of water contains this much molecules, and one molecule of water containing 3 small atoms. So, one drop of water can contain 3 into 10 raised to power 21 atoms, making this drop. So now you can imagine how small particles of a substance can be there. So you can take examples from your kitchen also, from your home also. These days you are free, so you can help your mother in kitchen also. When she is cutting the vegetables, then you can check. A single vegetable, its size is this. It is not single particle. When we cut it with knife, its size can increase from 10, 20, 50, 100 and much more. Still, that small pieces are also made up of particles, and these particles again contains very small particles, as we have seen in case of drop of water. This one drop of water having one molecule of water is the same as one ocean of water is containing 1 spoon of water. So you can imagine how small these particles can be there. Okay. So now what this inference, it gives an idea to us about matter. So modern concept of matter says that matter is made up of particles, and these particles are very small in nature. Every matter is made up of particles, and these particles are very small in nature. And for this, we see the experiment also. So next topic is characteristics of matter. Now we will study the characteristics of these particles of matter. We have made 3 characteristics of matter. First, the particles of matter have force of attraction between them. second is particles of matter are always in motion. That means they are continuously moving. And third, particles of matter have gap or space between them. Now we have to study all the characteristics in detail. That the particles of matter have force of attraction between them, they are always in motion, and they have gap or space between them. So today I will discuss only first part. That means particles of matter have force of attraction between them, and you will check this by examples, by experiments at your home with simple things. Now I will take some example of matter which will show that particles of matter have force of attraction between them. Okay, so first check this pen. Can you break this? Apply some force on it. I am applying force, but it is not broken. That means it has force of attraction. Next, I am taking the example of chalk. When I apply force on it, it breaks, but I have to apply some force in it. Next, I am taking example of a dry leaf. I just apply a very less force and it break. Same way, air particles also having force of attraction, but it is very less. How can I say? Let's see. I can move my hand freely in this air. There are a lot of particles of air, but still I can move my hand. So, by these experiments you see that every substance having particles and particles of matter have force of attraction between them. You will take these examples and do some experiment at your home. Okay, in next class I will discuss your next characteristics of matter. Thank you and stay safe at home.